Hey guys, it's Angel, and I'm super excited because it's time for fall nails, some of my faves. I put a poll up on my Twitter asking what you guys wanted as my next video and fall nail art one. Go figure! Today I'll be using the China Glaze Rebel collection, and this was sent to me by hbbeautybar.com, and you can use my discount code TWISTAR for 15% off of everything, and a few times a month they run a 20% off sale, and you can try my code TWISTAR20 to get more money off. So I recommend always trying TWISTAR 20 first, and then if that doesn't work, TWISTAR works every single day of the month. Okay, let's get started with the first of 4 looks. Yes, I said 4. This is the first time I'm doing more than one mani in a video. Sorry, I'm kind of hyper today. This is the only look that I'm going to show you the application of base coat here. I used yellow stopper because I peeled this off when I was finished with it. Normally I'd use like OPI natural nail base coat or julep nail therapy. And here I'm applying Y'all Red E for this, get it. And even though this polish was a little thick, it still applied really nicely. Like sometimes reds can flood your cuticles, but this didn't. And it ended up being really opaque. I only did 1 coat. If I wasn't going to stamp over this, I probably would have done 2 coats because I like the thickness that gives my nails, but I was okay with 1 coat. Thumbs up for this polish. I like it. To prep for stamping, I applied a coat of yellow stopper because it gives the nail a tacky surface, and you can let that polish dry on the stamper for as long as you like, and it will still transfer from the stamper to your nail. I feel like I say this every stamping video, but it's true. Do it, people. Try it. And then to protect my skin and make for easier cleanup, I applied Bundle Monster Poly Peel Liquid Latex. And for my stamping, I chose Uber Chic Plate 2-02 with Painted Polish Midnight Mischief, which is a black stamping polish, although I don't think it's specifically for stamping, but it works amazing as one, combined with my Big Bling Stamper from Clear Jelly Stamper. Now you can see how beneficial using a clear stamper for a pattern like this is, because it's so linear that you want to get it perfectly lined up onto the nail, and the clear stamper is just the way to go. Once you got your nails stamped, it's time to peel off that liquid latex. Then I applied a coat of HK Girl Quick Dry Top Coat. Even though I was going to add a matte top coat, I just feel like matte top coat looks smoother when it's used over a glossy top coat. For my matte top coat, I used my favorite by Wet n Wild. I don't think it has a name. I think it's just matte top coat. You can get it at Rite Aid for like $1, and it's the best. It's the most matte top coat I've ever tried, and it's so cheap. And for funsy times, here's the matte top coat time-lapse turning matte. And that completes the first look. Perfect for when you're going to the forest and you're going to do lumberjacky things like chop down wood, saving babies, and preventing forest fires. Moving on to the next mani, here I'm applying Combat Blue Tease, another cute name, and this is actually a matte polish. It's like a gorgeous blueberry royal velvet. Is that a thing? But this polish was super opaque, and if it wasn't a matte polish, you could get away with 1 coat, but since it's a matte, sometimes they can, go bald in certain spots, so I ended up having to apply a 2nd coat. No big deal. I thought it was going to end up drying and looking streaky, but it didn't. Since it was matte, those like streaks you could see mostly went away, and oh my goodness, does this not look gorgeous matte? It's like velvet. Since I was going to be using nail vinyls, I applied 1 coat of HK Girl Quick Dry Top Coat so that I could apply the vinyls in like 15 minutes and I wouldn't pull up the polish underneath. Here I'm applying my Poly Peel Liquid Latex to help with cleanup. Then for my vinyls, I use these Greek style stencils from What's Up Nails, and I ended up using the inside piece and the stencil piece to create kind of a negative space type of look. I applied this center section to my ring nail, and I thought these were going to be harder to apply than they were. The shape kind of just bounced back, so they were actually super easy to apply. For my middle nail, I used the stencil portion, and I ended up taking some liquid latex and painting over each side so that only that center portion would get the glitter. I'm going to sponge on some glitter. This is Hollow at Ya Girl applied onto a makeup sponge, and China Glaze, this polish, is not hollow. I mean, maybe there's a little bit of hollow sparkle in there, but what a waste of a name, because this polish ain't hollow. Still really pretty though, so I mean I kind of forgive them. I don't know, whatever. But I applied 2 coats of this glitter and it applied really opaquely. I'm questioning if opaquely is a word. I'm gonna have to look that up. I looked it up, it counts, I'm leaving that in. Once I had all my glitter on, I could go ahead and pull up my vinyls, and I was crossing my fingers here. Well, how could I cross my fingers here? But look at that. It pulled off perfect. Then you could peel away all that excess glitter by removing your liquid latex. And then for my other nail, I was like, there is way too much goop and glitter on here. This is not going to work. But the nail gods blessed me, and this hot mess of a pull-up still worked perfect. Yes! I ended up sponging on some of the glitter over my pinky nail, and here I'm applying HK Girl Quick Dry Top Coat, and I went ahead and added a little 2mm blue jewel because I thought the blue square looked super cute with the vinyl pattern. And more top coat for the rest of the nails. And here is the completed second look. It's perfect for when, well, frankly, I don't know what these would be perfect for, but I do really like how these came out. And on to the third look. Here I'm applying Heroin Chic, spelled with an E, and this is like a charcoal gunmetal with orange shimmers and pink flakies, and I gotta be honest here, I was not expecting to really care for this color. Like, I thought it was just gonna be meh, but it ended up being gorgeous. Like, I think this is one of my favorite ones. For my 2 accent nails, I used Fresh Princess, which is like a light pink, but it has a little bit of a salmon tone to it. And I ended up using 2 coats, and I would say it was probably 95% opaque. If I would have been wearing this on its own, I probably would have worn 3 coats, but I think that's kind of expected for a pink this pale. And since I'm going to be stamping, again, I applied a layer of yellow stopper to help the polish transfer from the stamper. And more poly peel liquid latex to help with cleanup. And for my stamp plate, I chose this henna style plate from Ahubas. I'll have it linked down below, and I'm doing something a little crazy here. I'm actually using the Heroin Chic color as my stamping polish. Now, a lot of people ask if you can use regular polishes to stamp with, and I do. As long as you're stamping over a lighter color and it's more of a metallic or a shimmer, it will usually work. Now, as you can see, it's not super opaque. It's actually a little sheer, but I really enjoy that look. I think it gives a kind of a delicate, girly, grungy look with these 2 colors combined. So what the hell, experiment with your regular polishes as stamping polishes. You never know what's going to happen. And then to finish everything off, I applied a layer of HK Girl Quick Dry Top Coat. Now, I was super tempted to mattify these as well. So here, I'm just going to show you what my 2 practice swatch sticks look like matte, and I thought they looked really, really cool as matte, but I just left it as glossy. And here is the third finished look, and I think these would be perfect for your Courtney Love Halloween costume. A little bit of that baby girl soft vibe, but still grungy and dirty at the same time. And on to the 4th and final look. Here I'm applying Dope Taupe, and let me tell you, this is a dope taupe. I love it. This is the base for a gradient, so I only did 1 coat, and it was actually very opaque. Then, because gradients are super messy, at least for me, here I'm applying more poly peel liquid latex. To apply my gradient, I'm using a makeup sponge, and I applied stripes of Jagged Little Teal and Dope Taupe. Then, using an up and down motion, you just kind of bounce the sponge up and down. And don't worry about blending these first couple layers. You're just using the first and the second layer really to get that color laid down, and then that third or final coat is when you'll kind of blend them together. This is the 3rd layer, and you can see the first 2 layers kind of started to blend together, but on the 3rd layer, along with the up and down motion, you kind of want to move the sponge towards the top of your nail and down. It'll help those 2 colors blend together. And ironically, usually the nail I film for gradients ends up turning out the worst, but this time my middle nail turned out the best. Just goes to show you, sometimes you just don't know what you're doing. And then even though I was planning on adding a matte top coat to these, I still applied a layer of HK Girl top coat for 2 reasons. One, because it helps to blend those gradient colors together, and also, like I said earlier, I feel like matte top coat applies better over a glossy top coat. Top coat, top coat, top coat. Say that a lot. Why don't I just say that more? Top coat. And here is the finished 4th and final look, and these nails would be perfect for sitting on the couch at the Central Perk Coffee House with your best friends, Monica, Phoebe, and Rachel. And that completes all 4 of my fall fudge nail art looks. I had plans to start this AF or as fudge, come on, we all know what it means, nail art series this summer, but unfortunately my life was crazy. I have a few more good ideas for this series, but I plan on spacing them out a little bit, so I don't know when I'm gonna do the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget you can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at twi_star. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! The other ones don't look as good. Do they really look good though? No. The answer is no. And now to awkwardly paint. Oh shit. More spice.